pillow, extra pillowcase, fitted sheet, towel, 2 flat sheets, and an assortment of bolsters. Okay, so what do I want to place first?
Fitted.
The fitted sheet. And what's that for?
Protection.
All right, I think you've passed that. You know what that's for now. So this time I've got multiple colors, and when you're practicing this, it's helpful to have colors. All right. So this sheet's on. Now, you're going to want to learn to practice to do this so that you can get this done in about 3 minutes. Because if you're working in some environments, you only got 4 or 5 minutes in between. So you got to figure out how to do that. So one of the ways to do that is to have a whole set package together.
Oh.
All right. So
you can do that very methodically, you know, with everything folded and rolled the way she always wanted it. Or you can do it the really lazy way, where I throw everything in
it's clean.
the fitted sheet, on the side of the fitted sheet the con's gonna be exposed to, and I roll that into a
I
big,
feel like that too.
a big bundle. So you can do a hobo bundle. Grab and boom, and I put the fitted sheet on, and all the other sheets are sitting right there in the middle of it. So I just stack a bunch of bundles in my bag, and there you go.
All right. Now, we've got 2 types of flat sheets. Again, it's the different colors and stuff so that you can watch this a little bit better. You want the one on the top that's the most opaque, the one that you can't see through.
There's one issue with white sheets that sometimes places have. So in those cases, that's where you do want that blanket and everything.
So this one is the least opaque, so it's going to go down, and the most opaque is going to be on top.
Otherwise, you want the full on the bottom and
Yeah, and that's, I'm going to hope
okay.
that this is a full.
Okay.
It's not. Why don't you dig around in the cupboard over there so you can get a full sheet. So this is the issue, and thanks, Amber, for bringing that up. Do you see how I don't have enough material?
You don't care if this one's white.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
So this one is not going to be ideal. It's not that you can't do it. You can, but it's not going to be ideal.
These right here are your more common sheets that tend to be out in the industry.
You'd think we'd be able to put a sheet on the table.
Nope.
There.
How many instructors does it take?
People would think that after this one time you get more and more methodical, you just end up
Bumbling through. Okay, then the next sheet. Now, you can get face cradles for this, but
face cradle covered. Yeah.
Luke has got a magnificent way.
Now, there's other ways you can go about it, but you have to remember, when I've seen people do this process where they kind of fold it and they create something like
Yeah,
this.
and there's a face cradle cover.
Now, these are convenient because they just quickly lasso on there.
But you can't use it for nothing else.
Yeah.
So these are nice to have now, especially when you're in a space where you just can have everything readily available. It's convenient. In the event you don't have these guys, using the pillowcase is another nice option. The process is just, how do you get covered so they can breathe? And then if, you know, the OCD side of me wants to make it look like somewhat pretty. So the trick is, first they have to breathe. So I got to create a hole, I punch all the way through the handhead so that they can actually get air. And then it's a process of just kind of getting these corners, but all you got to do is take either side and create kind of a triangle there.
Like an envelope.
Mm-hmm. Just real quick, and if anybody had any concerns, because sometimes people can lay on these and the wrinkles of the face cradle will show just for a little while. This at least creates one crease here, not for the forehead or the cheeks.
Okay.
So
he's nicer. I just punch it through.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay, now we've got our assortment of pillows. This one's in a pillowcase, so it could go right here to secure the, it's called a neutral spine is what it's all about. And when you lay on your tummy without something under there, you're basically putting your back into hyperextension. And that, if anybody's got any kind of a back problem, that is problematic. The other thing I'm gonna want you to learn is to not keep people on their tummy for very long. 15 minutes is enough, even for people that do not have low back issues.
It's another common thing that I know that everybody's seen, where even the whole massage can be done
Yeah.
in prone. And as we will learn, not only for the client's comfort and physical therapeutic well-being, limiting prone and doing more inside lying and supine, as long as they're comfortable with that, to be fair, is going to be best for them and for you. You can give better access to the really good example is neck and shoulders. When somebody's laying on their side, you can get to this area so much better. You can even get to the feet better. So prone is one where you can get lost. And this is a huge one, but as she was saying, time-wise.
I'm making you visible because you're so cute. All right.
You can't see this.
You can still see it?
Yes, but now we got the over the frame. Put them on the table.
All right. Now, pull your shoes off. This is what you guys are going to do next. Is you're going to set the table up. You're going to do this over clothing, and it won't slip as well. Now we've got these curtains that pull off and provide privacy for changing and all of that.
So that would be the thing. In the real world, you would have gone through the whole consent process, walked them through what to expect during the session, covered any indications, contraindications, focus areas, et cetera, et cetera. And you get this all set up.
And the hands washed, right?
Yes.
Jewelry off, right? Okay, cool. All right. So
Now,
Luke,
one of the tactics I have for trying to really clearly represent is I'll wait sometimes for the clients, and then I'll clearly illustrate, we'll have you get underneath this top sheet. This pillow should be comfortable right here at the mid-abdomen, right, kind of belly button area.
okay, then you leave. I'm leaving.
The door will be closed, the drapes are good.
I'm out. Okay, so clients in the room by themselves,
Figure out.
trying to remember what they were told.
Oh, am I supposed to be confused? Now, they may have to kind of, they might have some of this adjustment is something that sometimes I might have to play with.
Now, this is where the client struggles. I
Yeah.
have
I got myself set up. So let me more clearly do.
Now, another little thing that you can do, if you've got these adjustable tables, you can bring the table down
Yeah, that we would usually put.
so that somebody doesn't have to climb up into the ethers. There. That's too low to work with.
Most people likely would do something more like that.
And roll over.
There you go.
All right. Then it's knock, knock, knock. Are you all set?
Yep.
All right. All right, let's just sort this out a little bit. Are the bolsters comfortable where they are?
Yeah.
All right, very good. All right, now, I am not a fan of these things being pulled real tight. It's constraining. So I'm more apt when I come in to try to get a little bit of space within the drape. And if they are cold, this is where your additional blanket would come in. And so this would be like a flannel sheet. And there's ways that you can, depending on your work environment, if this was placed so that it's clearly separate from that other sheet, and then when you pull this up, you always pull it over top of the blanket. There's mixed opinions about whether or not you can then not wash the blanket. But you got to make sure that you're always covering it up. I tend to wash everything, but certain environments, what's the policy where you're at?
If they touch the blanket,
It
they
has
have
to be
to wash.
Right, okay. Now, just for clarity, I'm gonna take our.
We forgot to do the towel snake thing.
Oh, my
So
God.
once we like put that one down.
See, I forgot all
Now,
about
like
it.
anything, if you forgot in real time, guess what you do when you come in?
You don't do that.
Well,
Yeah.
but you can easily put this stuff where it needs to go for the client. If I've walked in, I even forgot this, I just have to confirm, is your back comfortable laying in your stomach like that? Et cetera. So there. There.
Good job. Okay, so this is what it looks like.
Not that a male client would likely need it as much as a female, but I mean, again,
Sometimes
best practices is.
It fills up a space, a contour where people will feel more comfortable if they've got something around there. So you got this towel, you've got your pillow. Down here, you've got the bolster that's under the feet. We've got the full flat, and then we've got our cover here. All right, now, this is gonna look just like what we just practiced. Massage, massage. What's this called?
Oh, holding.
Do you have to do it like this?
Dramatic? No.
But you do want to be client focused, and you want to be real deliberate with what you're doing. So, and I tend to start out with a little bit of rocking. Okay, so I'm going to do my massage, and then I'm going to bolster here. All right, see how I take the corner? See how I'm far away? So I'm not fumbling up here. Now, which corner would I bring up?
The bottom.
On this one?
Or no, yeah, no.
I could
No,
if they're
no.
cold. That's right.
The opposite
If I
one.
needed more, this would come up. And there's that triangle right there. So that if I am bringing this sheet up further, you got coverage with it. You don't always have to bring this under, but you can if you want to secure it. Okay? This makes such a difference. It's just that corner up through there because you don't have to worry. Now you're not worried about all that. It's just there. Okay. Now, why would you want to move the top sheet first?
To reinforce coverage.
That's not going to work, is it?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Just some simple things like that. So there you go. Then we're going to have the client roll over. Hold against the table. Oh, bolster. You know what? In 40 years, so you bring the top sheet and the bottom sheet over. You can use it to help you get the bolster out of there. Good girl. Okay. Now, we're going to put them on their side. So which bolster do we want? This one. Okay. So this is going to go under this protected, under the bottom sheet. So it does not necessarily have to be in its own cover. But you can get a queen size tulle slip that's got the zippers and stuff on it, or a king size and it fits really good right there, and then you can launder it. Okay, we're going to roll over on our side. No, we're not. You are going to roll over on your side. So what I want you to do is scooch all the way down so that your head is fully on the table. Otherwise, their arms are flopping all over the place. I'm going to hold the sheet here, and I am going to lift right here. And so I want you to roll over, face away from me, and scooch down.
Now that bottom pillow, I have just left for people to illustrate this. I found that with certain people, if they're very broad shouldered, or if they even have a hip for a shoulder issue. If I have another pillow, I'll just illustrate it for a second here. See how it kind of creates a little valley, a little gap for my shoulder to just sit in. Even my hip is actually decompressed with this. So many times if this is comfortable for them, I've just left it there. Then I don't have to deal with the angst of trying to pull it out from underneath.
Okay, and so we're gonna bring this out.
Yep. And it's just as easy as that, too.
This just gets put.
I always did it like that. Just immediately put it there. Makes life a lot
This
easier.
goes under. Half leg up. Very good. Now, do you see how this all tangled? That's all right. Just give it a tug. There we go. Now, when I get them on their side, I tend to start at the legs. It gives them a chance to wiggle and settle up at the top. So I'm going to work on the top leg. Everything's kind of this triangle. See how I bring that up from the corner? Cut down. Now, if I wanted additional coverage here, because this could gap, what am I going to do with the bottom? Yes. And then we're all set. And as I want to move up higher, you see I'm on the sides and I just grab this with my fingers. And we're all set to go. For the bottom leg, and I'll have Luke roll over so you can see that. So redrape. What do I need to do? All right, now this is going to be about halfway through the massage. A lot of people may need the restroom. So you want to make sure that you offer that. I, for one, would have to have the restroom now. So this is a good time. That contour drape is possible to use. It's more for protection if we're doing a lot of range of motion on the hips. I'll show that real quick when we get in turn. A robe is better. When you're thinking about your massage area, think about proximity to the restrooms.
Robe and some slippers.
Yeah.
Just step out while they roll up and
Yep.
roll.
Yep.
Now, there would obviously, if somebody has a mobility issue, then that might be something you'd have to watch with. Okay.
I always forget to put the table back down.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would do that too. Okay. No, I had it right the first time. Walking around the table is a very good meditative process. Okay. Roll to your back and then roll over on your other side. There you go. All right, then you just put the bolsters in place. Now, you can be as clear as you can imagine and clients will still not get it right.
Yeah, I've had it a million times. They put the bottom.
Bottom on top. This is behind, you know, it's all over the place. Here we go. We're going to just be preemptive. We're going to work on the lower leg. We're going to bring that up. And then you got, here's the leg. Again, to the side. And then this is real easy to work with. It's much easier to get to the medial thigh in this position. All right. We already showed you draping for the top leg. I'm going to bring this up preemptively. Bring this down. And I'm going to hold that right there. Can you bring your arm up and around? And right on top. This is going to go under their head. And now they're real secure in the front. This way, and I'll show you that. But now I can get to their back. And if I need to get to the side a little bit more, then I can bring this drape over even more. But you can see that now there's a real solid sense of being secure and covered.
So with this, the massage,
How do you contort your body to actually do the side massage?
It's really easy.
Well, what about like the bottom? Like
Well,
middle
if
area?
you're gonna have them on both sides,
Yeah.
so you do this side when they're laying this way, and then when they roll over, you get the other side. Just like you do the leg and the inside of the leg when they're this way and the top side of the leg. When they roll over, you just get the reverse. Or you could sit. Now, if you sit, you don't want a rolly stool because as soon as you push forward to get your pressure, you're going to roll back. So it has to be locked. So, okay, Luke, why don't you roll over so they can see this front? Just roll all the way over
I mean,
on the
Same
other side
on
so
the
they
other
can
side.
see the front. Oh, good. Has been through it. All right. So bring your arm up and over, please. See how I held that tight? This comes right under. And then you're all set. That's nice and tight in through there.
So if somebody had, like they don't like tight confined.
You could loosen this a little bit more.
yeah, doesn't
Yeah.
take much. That's more just to keep it from, you know,
Yeah.
getting too far over.
Yeah.
So again, coverage is good. Wrinkles are in place. You know, you want to be careful that you're not spending hours and hours. All right. So, and then they'd roll on their back.
It's time to do that.
Guess what?
You remember.
You remove the bolster. Now, if you use this system, you're not going to have much left to do. So I tend to tell them, okay, so let's bring your arm underneath again. And we're going to roll right onto your back. Okay. Not everybody needs to have a bolster under here. They're not going to be on their back for very long. Make sure you don't have a tight drape. And a trick is roll over on your back and then keep your knees bent. That sets me up so I can get the bolster under there. Or it sets me up so I can work on the abdomen if I want to do that. The trick for that contour drape is the top drape. You get both corners. I got your feet in. There you go. Okay, you get both corners. It doesn't go this way. It's around and through. Around and through.
And while you're doing that, is it a good idea to pull up the top corner of the white sheet?
You could if you wanted to.
So that the side, like,
Yep. And then you can have the client do this, or you can do it. You reach across and you say, okay, just lift your butt. Okay, there you go. So this allows for me to do joint movement in the area without.
Another question. If you are have your set, how can you do that and tie it?
You may not be able to.
So how do you?
You'd put the towel
Towel.
across it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'd still bring this up and under them that way, and then the weight would still hold it in
Okay.
place.
And then if they get
The weight of
cold,
the towel.
there's your bottom sheet can come up. And then how did we do the chest drape?
Towel over.
Okay, can you get your arms up under the sheet? I'm gonna put this right here. hold on to the towel. All right, and then your arm's just off to the side. And then there we go. All right, so other little tricks you can, if it's, you don't have the subdued lighting or something, this pillowcase that was down here can be folded. I actually do this a lot when we're in group, like again at the Pistons where there's a lot of people in the same room, and that can just cover their eyes. This is easier to launder than the masks. And what did I just do to place that? Joint movement. Ta-da. So when we're doing the massage, we do want to move all the joints. And some positions are better, it's more easy access than others. And so the practice that you're going to have is getting your stuff on your tables, and you're going to pair up and work together in groups, and you'll do what joint movement you can think to do depending on the position they're in. So for this position, we draped specifically for this type of movement that's in there. So it kind of makes sense to do that when they're in this position. That may not be as easy when they're in a sideline position, but the movement of the shoulder is easier when they're sideline. So that's where we're at. Ta-da! All right, so what time is it? We got just enough time to do this exercise before lunch. So now you're going to set up a table. Group of 3, you guys are sitting together, group 2.
So do we just use?
Where's our,
Yeah.
where's the sanitate out here?
Oh yeah, there's plenty. I have, even over at the spa, there's a lot more.
We just need the 2 sets.
The person that's laying on the sheet